How's it going? You guys you got 5 minutes? Well, it's just, just a couple questions. First one being, would you guys consider open-minded?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right? From a 1 through 10, what would you say? How open-minded are you?
8.
8? And you?
6.
A 6? Oh, so you're still open-minded, right? If you could be shown, evidence that maybe, contradicts what you already believe, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, right. You're open to that, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I have 2 very easy questions. So this first one, I have 2 images, real quick. And the reason I call them images is because only one of these is a photograph and the other one's a painting. So I want to see if people can tell the difference between a photograph and a painting. So which one's the real one? Which one's a photograph?
The painting is one on the left.
You think this is a painting?
Yeah.
Okay, and which one do you think is a painting? Or which one's a photograph? So you think this is a photograph? Which one do you think?
They're both photos.
You think they're both photographs?
Yeah. They both look the same to me.
Okay.
Just...
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, is that okay?
Okay, no, that's fine. You actually almost got it because it is a trick question, but they're actually both paintings.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, they're actually both paintings. So the reason I start off with this question is because if you want to determine if something is real, an image is not good enough, right? Because images can be doctored, and even if it's a photograph, it could be a photograph of a painting, right? So an image is not going to be enough proof for anything, right? This next question is literally elementary physics, but this one, you don't have to believe me or anything because it's physics, It's just, it has to do with water, the physics of water. We all understand water always takes the shape of the container. And how would you describe the surface of the water?
Level.
Level, right? What would be your definition of level?
Flat.
Flat, right? Horizontal, could we say horizontal? Because if you have a straight line, but if it's at a slope, it's not level. It has to be a horizontal straight line, right? So, that's why we use these in construction, right? And they have, So since we understand the physics of water and what level means, again, this next one's elementary level. Which one of these 2 is correct? A and B, or A or B? Don't overthink. It's really simple, really easy. Which one represents level?
A is level.
Level, right? That's obvious, right? Would you agree or disagree?
Well, B is level too.
Yeah.
You think B? No. We're talking about the water. Which one?
No, A.
A, right?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, what's the question again?
Yeah. Which one of these 2 represents water level?
The water is the blue.
Blue water.
Yeah. So which one's correct? A or B?
A.
Look at the water. Which one's the level?
Oh, A.
Obviously, right? Right. So what if I was to tell you guys that you guys actually most likely believe the answer is B? Because I did too, even though we know it's A. You guys want to know why?
Why?
Do you guys believe the Earth is a ball?
That the Earth is what?
A ball? A sphere? Like in outer space, right? Spinning?
Yeah.
You guys believe that? So,
Not quite sure on that.
oh, okay, no, that's good. I mean, that means you're open-minded if you're not buying into that.
But then there's, I don't know.
Yeah, so they tell us that the Earth has a certain dimension because NASA claims to go to space, right? And they claim to have satellites orbiting the Earth, right? So they need to know the radius of orbit. So this is the radius of the Earth that they tell us, 3959 miles, 3,959 miles, which means there has to be curvature at every mile. So at the first mile, there's an 8-inch drop, second mile, 32 inches, and by the third mile, there should be a 6-foot drop. So the slope gets more exponential because it's not just a line, it's a curve. So it has to curve every mile even more than the one before, right? So if we're to build a perfectly level structure over a lake that's 2-3 miles across, that water should deviate from the structure if it's truly a ball. But in reality, if we understand physics, water always finds its level. Doesn't matter the size of the container, the surface always equalizes, right? That's where the term level comes from, literally horizontal. You guys are familiar with the term sea level, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that we do go off of
Yeah, right. So if I was to ask you, what's the number 1 proof that convinces you that the Earth is a globe, or
that the Earth is what?
That the Earth is a globe? What's the number 1 proof that convinces you?
Well, I'm not convinced.
Oh, you're not convinced? Oh, okay, that's good. So basically, this will be the number 1 experiment that debunks the globe. Basically. So this will be a scientific experiment, basically building a level structure over a body of water. And again, we should be able to measure that curvature. So it should, it should be increasing, should be deviating. But in reality, we know that it's going to be parallel to this level structure, so they're going to be straight. Now, do you guys have any questions? I mean, something
Why is
that... What do you mean?
Why would it be level if the... What do you believe?
So the Earth is not a sphere. The Earth is demonstrably and measurably level because water shows us that. So the oceans are level. So in my opinion, the oceans are like a giant lake and they're being contained by the continents. So I think the word continent literally comes from the word container, right? Okay. So the continents are a higher elevation than the water, basically holding it like exactly. So the question is, people say, well, what is in the water? Where does the water go? Well, the water has to be contained. The question is, how far does the Earth extend? that's an unknown. Nobody actually knows how far the Earth extends, because for example, a farmer, right, that has farm animals, for example, all he has to do is put a fence around his farm animals to make sure they don't leave, right? With human beings, you couldn't do that. Right? So the globe is basically a mental fence because you think there's nowhere else to go.
Right.
So with human beings, again, you can't put a physical fence around them to keep them where you want them to be. You have to lie to them. And again, and the human beings have to be gullible to believe these lies, again, to basically be controlled.
Where does this come from?
This information?
Yeah.
Well, I came across this information 6 years ago, but people have known about the Earth being level for centuries. I mean, all the religions back in the day, they all depicted the Earth as a level plane. NASA is the first, I would call it a religion, the first ones to come out with the globe, basically, model. They're literally, so the globe is the new kid in town, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? But again, it defies physics.
What were you studying?
So I actually didn't go to college. I actually, I just went to high school like everybody else. College didn't really appeal to me. Just memorizing and regurgitating didn't appeal to me, because that's basically what it is. They just make you memorize books and repeat them. There's no logic or reason or common sense behind the claims. Yeah, and then the way they test you is they give you multiple choice, and then they basically test you on what they told you. It's not even testing you on common sense. They're just testing you on what they told you to make sure that, I would call it brainwashing, you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what it
exactly,
is.
Exactly. So, schools are just indoctrinating us. They're basically slowing us down. They're doing the opposite, if they're supposed to be doing. Exactly.
The rich stay rich and the poor stay poor.
Exactly. So it's just basically the whole economy is just a scam, because I don't know if you guys knew, but gold, the economy is not even backed up by gold anymore. So it's not even regulated anymore. Because gold used to regulate money, because gold, you can't just print gold. Gold is a substance, and that regulated money back in the day. But now it's not even regulated anymore. It's not even backed by gold since the 70s. So, they're just printing money, like paper.
Worthless.
It's worthless. Exactly. And that's why, exactly,
IOUs. All
IOUs.
these
Hey, you want some money?
stimulus.
Yeah.
Stimulus money is not leaving this country.
Yeah.
So
You need money for a house? You need $500,000?
Yeah.
No problem. Here's $500,000. You give it value when you agree to pay for that house for $500,000. That's when you give money value, is with your signature. Literally, it's just faith-based right now. And again, they have us all confused, living literally like a Monopoly game that's rigged. And literally all because we're ignorant to who we are and what this place is. That's the start.
And half of us are inside the box and won't look outside.
Exactly. And this is the box, if you ask me, literally. People don't
world.
Exactly. So the reality is, anyone trying to tell you what Earth is or how it came to be or what we're supposed to do here is just another religion. But that's what the government does, It's just another religion. They're trying to tell us that we came here from monkeys, or and we came from the Big Bang, and exactly. But they're just another religion, like every other religion, because nobody actually knows. That's the reality. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. And to me, woman had to come first.
I mean, they're the ones that give birth to everything, But to be honest, if you ask me, if we try to figure out how this place came to be, you're just gonna be running in circles. I don't think we are able to. I don't think we're meant to figure out how this place got here.
They have changed,
exactly,
distorted everything,
exactly,
so much.
So a lot of people think, well, when you tell them, like, it's about control and control, and a lot of people are like, but why, right? They're kind of thinking a little deeper. Why do they want to control us? And in my opinion, they probably found something here that they probably don't want us to know. So it could be more than just control. It could be something that they're probably hiding something from us. You know what I'm saying? So it could be, we don't know why, but at the same time, they're stealing money. They're just like us at the end of the day,
Look at it, our exhaust of the world could be their gold.
No.
You know what I mean? Everything we do, our breath, everything.
Everything. They literally tax us for everything.
That's our exhaust. That to them, that could be their breath.
They charge for oxygen.
They need us. They actually got us thinking the opposite, that we need them. We need government, but they need us. We're the ones doing the jobs out in the street. We're the ones, growing the food. We're the ones providing all the necessities. Exactly, working the land. Exactly. They're just the ones signing papers. They need us. But the way they do it, they just trick us. They make us think that we need them, and then that's how they basically make us voluntary slaves in a way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why people don't look at it as slavery, because they're voluntarily participating in a rigged system. But that's what people don't know, that it's a rigged system. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just here kind of, giving it to people straight. Yeah, basically, facts, simple facts, like this, for example, and can I show you guys real quick high altitude photographs? But again, don't take my word. But there's videos of these high altitude photographs. And basically, amateur balloons, so people like me and you, they fill up giant helium balloons
Yeah,
and they send them up.
Yeah.
And 20 miles is the limit how high anyone can go, in my opinion. Because have you guys seen the Red Bull jump?
Yeah, I seen that dude jump
Yeah.
in space.
So, well, that's what they said, the age of space, right? Guess how
Yeah.
high he was? Right under 20 miles, 118,000 feet.
Oh, what?
No, yeah. That's right. Nah. And then he had a GoPro camera, so it was distorting the...
Right.
Because if he didn't have a GoPro, it would look like this.
Right,
and it would
right.
just destroy the whole video, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, right under 20 miles, and guess what he used to get up there?
What?
He used the helium balloon as well. So my opinion is that any motor vehicle that goes that high because of the change in pressure so
Right.
great, it just doesn't work. It wouldn't be able to like maintain, in a different kind of pressure. So that's why they use the helium balloon, in my opinion.
Right.
Because again, nobody can go higher. So whenever NASA shows us a rocket, pay attention, it always goes in a curve.
Yeah.
Always. But again, they're saying, oh, we're going over the curvature of the Earth. That's why it's curving.
Straight up.
Okay, if you're truly going over the curve, then we should be able to measure it. You can't just claim that the rocket's going over the curve, but we've never measured the curvature, right?
Right.
So again, it's just a distraction. But then when you can't see the rocket anymore, it goes out of sight, it cuts to CGI. So then they'll show you a cartoon, again, a painting or CGI,
Yeah,
basically.
Just like the bullshit about old boy landing on the moon.
Exactly. Oh, so you're already skeptical about the moon landing. Yeah, that was just a movie, a film, basically. Yeah. There's so many
When they
anomalies
said,
with that.
Look at the flag.
So many anomalies, man.
It's a
So
classroom and it's on no gravity. It should be just kind of
yeah.
floating. Right?
Yeah, so yeah, everything they're telling us about space
Yeah.
is just a concept, which means it's just an idea, someone's
yeah.
imagination. So let me just show you guys real quick, just some images of the stars, what they actually look like. Because in my opinion, the stars, they're literally within our visible space. So it has to be no more than a couple thousand, if anything, because you could literally zoom into them and they all you look unique and they all like twinkle like they're in water.
Yeah.
It's just lights. Literally, nobody knows what they are. Again, anybody.
They said they were planets.
Yeah. So again, anybody trying to tell you what the stars are is just a religion, because Christianity, what do they believe the stars are?
Right,
Angels, right?
right.
They think they're angels. So the heliocentric model government is telling us that these are Earth-like terra firma planets, but that does not look anything like terra firma, or it's just a light. Again,
To them, ours will probably look the same.
that's what they're claiming, that the Earth is one of these, or or that these are suns.
okay,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Yeah,
That these are
yeah,
just
yeah.
planets, or they're claiming that they're suns. The stars, and that's why we only see the light. But again, it's just a story. You have to be gullible to believe it. And again, we go to physics. We'll figure out what reality actually is. Another simple thing, real quick. The tire in your bike, right? It has a higher pressure, right? How many psi does it have?
Like,
Like,
it's kind of flat.
nah, but we'll say like 30 psi, right? We'll say. Out here is like 14.7. That's what they tell us, right? That's what they measured. So in order to have a higher pressure, you need a container, right? It needs to be completely sealed, the tire. What happens when there's a hole in that tire? It just equalizes. Equilibrium happens. So gas always needs a container to have two opposing pressure systems. So trying to tell us that outer space is negative pressure compared to Earth, right?
Right.
So Earth supposedly has gas next to the vacuum of space without a solid barrier, but without equilibrium happening.
Right,
Without
right.
without the air instantaneously filling the void of space. So they're trying to tell us that, that's happening. That's
Okay,
why.
so what do you believe?
So the Earth's air is being contained somehow. So now, I don't know if you guys ever seen the dome Earth, right? I'm not biblical, but that's what the Bible claims, that there's a dome above us. I think there is a container, but it doesn't have to be a dome. For all we know, it could be a pyramid.
Right.
It could be, we don't know what the container actually looks like. But if you ask me, because we do have air pressure, the air is contained somehow, I think.
Right.
So again, could we find the end of the Earth and maybe knock on the container? I don't know. Some people think the Earth is infinite, So again, we don't know,
crazy.
That's why I'm out here, because I actually want to find out.
Right.
I'll be down to go, explore. If we get a lot of people, thinking like this, actually finding out that they're being, lying to us, especially if people are in the military, right?
Right,
and then they have some,
But they're super brainwashed.
Exactly. They're like the number one.
Super brainwashed.
Super. Not only that, I mean, they do tests, they test drugs on them to top it off. Like, it's crazy what they're doing to the army. I mean, it's crazy what they're doing to other people in other countries too, man. It's crazy. It's fucking horrible. But no, I am.
Basically what our country does to other countries.
Yeah.
Just
It's
destroys them.
Yeah.
Man, with bombs.
right. Women, children,
And they
murdering.
They don't show you that.
They don't show none of that.
The ones they tested that hit the YouTube, that they were actually like bleeding out from the mouth.
Oh my God.
All of the gas that went through, and all of a sudden our own guys are falling out too. They're just leaking.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Immediately, within like 12 seconds, they said it was.
Yeah. Wow.
Families and they're all these there's like Aladdin, like in a cartoon of Aladdin, you think. Like
Yeah.
Some of wherever the hell it was.
Wow. No. Yeah.
People falling like that, leaking,
Yeah.
dude, just leaking.
Yeah.
All you see was two jets and a weird noise go.
Right.
You see something fall, and also people they're getting sick, and they're like crawling around going. Blah, blah.
So you think there's
It's a chemical.
something around us that's containing?
So yeah, the water's for sure being contained like the lake,
Yeah.
right? The shores have to be higher again.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, they could. Here's another thing. There could be. So I think. So for example, if Earth was like a sheet of ice, right, and the sun was just circulating, a small sun, right? Let me just show you quick images for the sun, just to show you that the sun is actually small and very close. It's not actually. So the sun. These are called crepuscular rays. So these are sun rays when they come through the clouds.
Yeah.
You can triangulate those sun rays and basically pinpoint the sun's location, right?
Yeah, how far it is.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is a hot spot above the clouds that the sun's creating, telling you that it's literally like a spotlight that's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there, literally. So my opinion. So here's another thing that they could be doing. So Earth, this is what it could look like. This is not what it looks like, but this is what it could look like. Because again, they could be hiding other continents over here. We don't know, right? This is just what they tell us, right? So if the sun is circulating very small, right, around like this, summer, and then outer, winter, and that would explain why there's 3 months of darkness when it's summer inside in Australia. In Australia, because the sunlight doesn't reach when it's inside, right? Doing a small circle like in summer.
Right.
But so there could be other ponds like this. So if the sheet of ice extends, there could be another Earth-like pond with its own sun. And it could be other humans there, other civilizations that that probably don't even know we exist, and we don't even know they exist. You know what I'm saying? So they could have us all separated.
Look at all the experiments.
Exactly. That's what a lot of people think, that we're an experiment here, that maybe blacks came from a pond, and then whites came from another pond, and Asians came from another pond, and right here it's just a mixture, right?
Yeah. See how we interact.
Yeah. You could be like that with animals too. I mean, nobody really actually knows, right?
Because like religion.
Right.
They who said there's a God?
Exactly. I mean,
No, from the beginning. Who said? God said so?
I mean, right? No, yeah. I would say that that's just a conclusion human beings came to, because I guess this place was designed. I mean, just the way the human body and the eyeball works, how, our digestive system works, how things work, you know.
But you know what?
We have to have came from something.
My mom and dad gave me life.
Yeah. But then who gave them life?
Their mom and dad, and so on and so forth.
So you could probably go with the idea that there's no beginning and there's no end.
Yeah.
It's always is. Yeah. But that's the thing. We're part of that is.
Yeah, but we live on. You live on through that baby.
Oh, yeah. Or you could say our energy.
My boys, because I see me in my boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They do things that I do.
Exactly.
So I know that we live on.
All right. And here's another thing. Here's another thing real quick. Inside the body, people could call it a soul, a spirit, right? I would just simply call it energy.
Yeah,
because
that's what I call it.
Yeah, because the body needs energy to move.
Right.
The body can't move itself, right?
Yeah.
And basically energy
we store electricity.
Yeah, exactly. If you look into science, basically they literally claim, which is true, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So everything that exists already.
To a energy force.
So like for example, if we die, our bodies just don't disappear. They become soil. If they get burned, they become air. So everything gets recycled here.
Right.
In other words, nothing could be added to this place, and nothing could be taken away. Exactly. So we're in in an infinite cycle, you could say. That's what kind of Earth is. It's like a system, like a cycle. Right?
And the Bible says something like that too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But just a little different, right? But no, yeah, man. I'm glad you guys stopped, man.
You, bro.
Let me give you some info that you guys could take home.
I really want it.
Yeah. And you guys could check this out in your free time. Here's another thing about this, and the main reason why I'm out here is because I came across this in 2016, and it actually started getting censored in 2019. So the way they're censoring is they're not removing people talking about it like this on the internet. What they're doing is when you search this topic like Ball Earth Lie or Flat Earth, no, what happens was they demote anybody that's actually genuine. So you'll never come across those videos. You'll get nothing but ridicule videos. So experts, scientists, they'll literally just ridicule it and just focus on looking at the sky. Again, religion. Just focusing on but look at the sun is a circle, so the earth is a circle. They'll avoid an experiment to actually measure. And you'll see that once you look into this. But I'm giving people direct links because, again, you could avoid all that just by, going to these direct links. And again, to truly find out where we are, we got to start talking about it first. William.
So
I have a card on there, and you could check it out as well.
Michael.
Yeah. All right, man. No problem, man. You guys have a good one, man. Thanks again.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thank you, man, because that is some information worth looking into.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm into stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Most
Real stuff.
Real stuff.
Yeah, there we go.
That's my purpose, to find out what is my purpose.
Exactly.
You know?
That's a good purpose. That's a good purpose to start.
Yeah.
To find purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your own website.
That's good. No, yeah, those are some websites, not my website, but I do have a YouTube channel. It's on the card. Yeah, you could check it out.
On there, you'll see me
Yeah.
going in there.
Appreciate it, man. All right. You guys have a good one, man. Take care. All right, man. Thank you.